Hey,
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 come on.
hey,
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 hey.
hey, let's go, man. Y'all know
Why?
what time it is,
Why?
man. Let's go. What? Why? Because it's the iBall Live. Get it? It's the iBall Live. Get it? It's the iBall Live. Get it? It's the iBall Live. Let's go. Come on in,
Hey.
everybody. Come on in. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Come on in, everybody. Come on in.
Come on.
Come on in,
Yeah.
everybody. Why?
Why?
Because it's the iBall Live. Get it? It's the iBall Live. Get it? It's the iBall Live. Get it? It's the iBall Live. Let's go. What up, what up, what up? And welcome to another episode of the iBall Radio Live Call-In Show. I'm your host, D-Will, the coach. And I'm here with my guy, producer extraordinaire on the ones and twos. Breezy's in the building. What up, Breezy?
What's good?
Yes, sir. Another day, another dollar inside the iBall Radio Studios. Here live in Montgomery, Alabama. And, bro, we going to start this thing off one way, Breezy, because there's only one way it needs to be started off.
Yeah.
Congratulations to all of the players of the year and Mr. and Mrs. Basketball right here in the state of Alabama that was awarded today here in the city of Montgomery, man. Shout out, man. Shout out to all those who won postseason awards for a basketball season that was loaded, full of excitement, and iBall Radio was your number one source to go through for all things high school basketball all season long. And listen, we called a lot of these, Breezy.
Yeah, we did.
We called a lot of these.
Yeah,
we
did.
said, shout out to Austin Connor,
Yep.
winning 6A Player of the Year.
Salute.
We said Wu was going woo. We said Wu was going to be Player of the Year. Bro, we even said it. I said it in the post-game press conference when they lost the state championship to Paul Bryant.
Yeah.
I said it. I was like, man, I asked Coach Barr, man, hey, listen, bro, look, Wu deserved that award, bro. He had a hell of a year.
Grinder.
He had a hell of a year. Leading that Pinson Valley team that had been through what they've been through over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And then to lose Clyde Walters right before the season started and he bailed to go to Brewster Academy. Nobody expected anything from Pinson. And Wu put them on his back, led them all the way to the state championship game where they just ran at it. They just couldn't make shots that game.
Yeah.
The shots just didn't fall. But shout out to him. So I would huge shout out to Dwayne Brown. Yep, Dwayne Brown was named Mr. Basketball for the state of Alabama. Shout out to Dwayne Brown, man.
That's big time.
We kind of knew that was what was gonna happen. Right. You know what I'm saying? The big man had a big year. Yeah. Right. So he definitely deserved that. And also, man, Miss Basketball, none other than the one and only.
Yes, sir.
The legend.
The legend.
Ace Austin. Live hand clap for Ace Austin, man. Like, listen, hey, we're going to definitely miss watching her play.
Miss Buckets?
Miss Buckets?
We're going to miss Miss Buckets.
We're going to miss Miss Buckets, man. I'm going to drop my picture I got with Ace Austin today, man. I'm going to drop my picture. We got pictures with Ace Austin, Breeze. We need to drop our pictures with Ace Austin to commemorate her back-to-back Miss Basketball.
Yeah.
And 1A Player of the Year.
That's big.
Right? So I'm gonna try to pull it up, man. Oh, I gotta go find it.
Yeah, that's big. That's major.
That's major, man. Who else? Skylar Stovall. Shout out Skylar Stovall, man.
Shout out Skylar.
He was named 3A Player of the Year this year, man. From Montgomery Academy after they tapped off their historic season by winning the school's first ever state championship in basketball.
That's major.
That's major,
they need
man.
Another one of those.
Yeah, man. Shout out Coach A-Rant, man. And shout out Skylar Stovall for bringing in the Player of the Year award. We're going to go through some more of these, man. But we always do this, man, and we do it every time. Shout out to the chat, man. What up, chat? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God. What up, chat?
What up, chat, man? Y'all the reason we here, man. So we gotta keep telling y'all who all in the chat. Chill Will in the chat. What up, Chill? DeMarcus Williams in the chat. What up, DeMarcus? Who else, man? Marcus Perry in the chat. What up, Marcus? Coach A-Rant, we just gave him a shout out. And Coach A-Rant, speaking of, salute to him as he wins 3A Coach of the Year. Coach Jeremy A. at Montgomery Academy. We got something special with Coach A-Rant coming up here real soon, Breezy. Real soon, right? So y'all be on the lookout for that, man. But shout out to the chat, man. Everybody in the chat tapping in with us tonight, man.
Yeah,
we got a lot to talk about. We've been dropping a lot of content, man. Hopefully y'all have been tapped in to iBall Radio and iBallRadio.com. We have literally dropped a hell of a lot of content in just the last week, right? And Breezy, I got to go back to something that we talked about on Monday. On Monday, remember I told you we got the question of, do people really tap in with iBall Radio?
Yeah.
And and we had to post we had to put a little post up like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? This answers your question, right?
Yeah.
And it was 75,000 in the last 30 days, right? So you know, every day a day adds, a day falls off, right? They add, they fall off. They add, they fall off. So just what, 3 days later?
3
days later. Last 30 days, iBall Radio, strictly just the Instagram page, 102,000.1, 102.1K. We over 100,000. 100 racks just on Instagram alone. So it's 100,000 people. 100,000 people tapping in with us each and every month, man. So if you're not locked in with iBall Radio, iBallRadio.com, and iBall TDB, I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know. Listen, tell me somebody. I want somebody to show me. I ain't from Missouri, but I'm finna be from the show me state. I want somebody to show me, bro. Somebody that's put out more content in the last week. Here, not more content, because I know that's impossible. Show me somebody that's put out any content in the last week, calling names, giving evaluations on kids, and giving kids the exposure they need and deserve outside of iBall Radio and iBall TDB. Tell me somebody. I'll wait.
Let me put my thing at.
Where y'all at? I'm waiting.
I ain't hear nothing.
Either.
I heard crickets.
Man. So listen, if you want to call and tell me, 334-209-5222. Phone lines are wide open. This is a call-in show. As y'all saw last episode, call-in show. People call in. So phone numbers up on the screen, man. 334-209-5222. Hey, come speak your piece, man. Whatever you want to talk about, come talk about it. But if you know somebody dropping content like we drop content on high school basketball in the state of Alabama, man, please let me know. I'll wait. But back to it, man. That has a lot to do with what we're going to talk about today. Now, we're going to get to some of those names that we've talked about over the week. We're going to talk about some of those tonight.
Okay.
But straight up, what I just said leads into what we're talking about tonight.
Of course.
And you got to build stuff. Y'all know how you got to build stuff. Like me and Chill will say, when we go in the gym, man, and we're conducting practice, like or even if we're doing a training session, we start at one point. And the reason we start there, because at the end of the session or the end of practice, we want to be at a certain threshold of something, right? So we're constantly building from the bottom to get to whatever advancement we get into for that day, right? And that's kind of what I just did here. I wanted to build y'all up to what we were talking about tonight. And what we're talking about tonight, bro, is networking. Okay? I need y'all to understand. What's the old saying, Breezy? Your network determines your net worth.
Every day.
So the more people you know, the better, right? The more people you build relationships with. I know y'all don't understand the importance of relationship building.
True. So important.
It's so freaking important, bro. Just to build a relationship, right? Just to have somebody that you could call, somebody you can talk to, whether it be a coach, whether it be a scout, whether it be a janitor. It don't matter who it is. Every person that you come in contact with is a networking opportunity for you.
Yeah.
Every person you come in contact with, whether it's a peer, it's a hooper, another player, right? Y'all build a rapport. That hooper gets an opportunity. They ask him, man, you know of anything else? Man, I know about my partner. Y'all need to go check him out. Because you network with that person, they just gave you a plug, right? Same thing with coaches. Even, I spoke about this last week. Even if you don't have an interest in the school of a coach that is attempting to recruit you or is actively recruiting you, right? Even if you have no intentions of going to that school, you need to build a relationship with that coach.
Got to.
Because coaches don't stay in the same space, especially assistant coaches, because every assistant coach wants to be a head coach, right? And every assistant coach wants to go from fourth assistant, third assistant, second assistant, associate head coach to head coach. They're going to be moving up. And when they do that, they move from spot to spot. They go from level to level. So it is very important if you have a coach that is recruiting you and he's now on a JUCO level, it's important that you build a relationship with that coach, even if you're not going to the school that coach coaches at, because he won't be there forever. So my message to y'all tonight is networking, bro. Networking is so important. I've said this before on the show. You got to lock in with somebody.
That's almost as important as doing what you do.
Say it again, Breezy.
That's just as important as doing what you do.
Whatever it is that you do, networking is the most important thing. But here's the thing, Breezy. I'm gonna put it out there like this. Do you know? I wonder, do they know? Right? When you're networking, you're setting yourself up for your next opportunity. That's what life is about. Life is about your next opportunity. What you're doing right now don't matter.
Right.
It's about your next opportunity, because whatever you're doing right now, you will not be doing forever.
Learning curves.
You will not be doing. Listen, we will not be sitting in this studio forever. Right? We will not be sitting in this studio recording. Our studio is going to change. As we level up, the studio gonna level up.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You feel what I'm saying? So you're always working for your next opportunity. So if you're a high school hooper out there, right, and you have the desires to play college basketball, you're hooping for your next opportunity.
Right.
Even when you get to college, and you start to play, you're hooping for your next opportunity. If you go JUCO, you're hooping for your next opportunity.
True.
If you go D1, guess what you're doing? You hooping for your next opportunity. Nobody in D1 stays at the school for 4 years anymore. It don't happen. You're hooping for your next opportunity. The transfer portal is there for a reason. So you're always working towards your next opportunity. They be like, all right, D-Will, coach, how does that blend into networking? Right? How does that blend into networking? Do you know what opportunity is?
What is it?
It's a person. In any form of life, an opportunity is a person. And I want anybody to tell me different. If you want an opportunity in life, that opportunity is a human being.
Okay.
A human being is what's going to get you to your next spot. They're going to provide you with your next opportunity.
Yeah.
That's why it's so important to network. Tell me something, and we talk basketball. We talk high school basketball on here, high school and college basketball. So I want you to tell me this. I want you to tell me a high school hooper or a college hooper that is looking for their next opportunity, right? And they're going to get that opportunity without a human being or a person giving them a layup or shooting them an assist.
That's going to be tough to do.
Elon Musk trying to load us up with robots. The robot ain't giving you an opportunity right now.
Nah.
Right? Even if you got an opportunity, and somebody, well, I got an opportunity off of Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Off of social media, right?
Okay.
Social media. I posted some on social media. I had a coach hit me up. I got that opportunity, right? But guess what? What did you post on social media? Maybe a mixtape. Somebody shot that mixtape.
Right. It's still a person that reached out.
2 Live Q went in and edited your tape and posted it for you and tagged you in it, and you posted it to your page.
That made you look fly.
2 Live Q gave you the opportunity. He was your opportunity. The opportunity was that mixtape. A person did that, right? A person who picked up the phone, who saw your mixtape, picked up the phone and gave you a call and offered you the opportunity. Person.
A bot.
Thank you. Right? What up, Gage? Nephew in the building.
What up?
King J. 1003. What up, King J? Hey, man, but I'm saying, your opportunities are people. So the most important thing that you can do, bro, is network. Network. Now, let me put that in the box for you. You don't got to network with everybody, right?
Right. You can't do that now.
Everybody is not going to be a positive opportunity.
For your best interest.
And I don't want to say this.
That's tough.
But I'm going to say it anyway, Breezy.
Yeah, go ahead.
You have to look at people as opportunity.
Yeah. Value.
You have to see what value every person that you come in contact with brings. Yeah. Now, that's not something that you're going to see immediately. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. Right? But you don't have to deal with everybody. But we talked about this earlier, Breezy. It's one thing you definitely cannot do and do not have to do, and that's burn a bridge.
Yes, that's it. You don't want to do that.
You don't want to burn a bridge.
Because once you burn it,
it's gone.
It's gone.
You can't cross that no more.
Yeah, it's tough to get that back.
So burning bridges without networking, because what I'm trying to say is I'm kind of reverting back to what I talked about Monday and what I spoke about earlier in the episode in the intro is answer the phone. Right? Communication, bro, is so important. I got a kid that hit me in the DM, right? Yesterday before I posted, we're going to get to all this later on. But yesterday before I posted the article from yesterday, the big man article, right? Mm-hmm. Shout out to the bigs. Bigs need love too.
I got love for the bigs.
You know what I'm saying? I got love for the bigs. I had a kid hit me up, right? And literally right before I posted it, that article, he hits me and said, I'm gonna pull it up. I ain't gonna try to do it. He hits me and says, where's the big man love?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So he says, where's the big man love? And I literally said, dropping one in the next hour on the website. I got love for the bigs, right? Told him that. He was like, you should add me on it. I'm like, okay. He's like 6'7" big man, and I'm gonna tell all of it out of St. Clair because I'm finna give him some love on the show. Out of St. Clair, I'm like, okay. Send him. First thing it did. What's the first thing I sent him, Breezy? Player card. Go fill out your player card.
Yeah.
Right. He hits back. Done. I'm like, gotta. Then he was like, you gotta put me on the next. You know what this kid is doing? He's networking.
Right.
He networking. He is not afraid to talk. Right? He was like, you got to put me on the next one. I'm like, send me some film. Boom. Sent me film. Right? Then I was like, I'm like, you know what my next question after what was, Breeze? Y'all got an NFHS camera? Y'all got a camera in Jip? He was like, I don't think so, but we played a game versus Hayden, and they got one, and you can go watch this. Here were my stats from that game.
Okay.
Right? So I got that game queued up right now, NFHS. I'm going to watch it tonight.
Okay.
But shout out to I'm gonna give him a shout out.
Yeah, shout
out. Brody Carney. 6'7" big man from St. Clair. Brody Carney.
Where's St. Clair at?
Gotta be somewhere in that Northeast area because they play Hayden. So if they play in Hayden, that's something that they St. Clair County, I'm guessing. That's Northeast Alabama, if I ain't mistaken.
Okay.
So but yeah, Brody Carney gonna get a game watched tonight. Because I'm killing two birds with one stone. I get to go watch Josh Martin and Tucker Hyatt, right? I get to go watch a game with them, right? So that's what it's all about.
Yeah, for sure.
Networking.
For sure.
Hey, man, listen, boom, I'm just going to hit you up. Hopefully you respond. And I respond to everybody, Breeze, don't I? Only nobody.
Yeah.
I respond to everybody.
All you gotta do is tap in and reach out.
Tap in, reach out, bro. I'm gonna respond. I'm gonna answer your question. Right? A lot of questions can be answered if you just go to iBallradio.com. Mm-hmm. Right? But
right to it.
I'm just gonna say this: networking is so important, and Brody Carney did a great job of that, and that's all it take. Right? And then guess what he did that was important, Breezy?
What's that?
He followed up.
Okay.
After I hit him up and told him, he hit me up. Hey, did you find it? Were you able to watch it? I'm like, not yet. I got you queued up. I hit you.
Now follow up.
Bro, It's that easy. It is that easy. And now look, Brody Carney is getting his name mentioned on the iBall Radio Live call-in show, where hundreds of thousands of people, over 100,000 people, will eventually hear it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's that easy. Now, I'm talking about a kid that's 6'7" in the class of 2026. I already know who go hit me and be like, Coach, can I get him for this summer? I'm going to the tournament this weekend. He available to play? Right? I don't know. I think he run with the Jayhawks, AAU. But here's a kid who is now getting an opportunity. You feel me?
From a person.
He's getting that opportunity because he networked. He wasn't afraid to put himself out there. A lot of y'all out here think you just gonna post some picture on social media, you're gonna put up a mixtape, and then it's gonna happen for you.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen for you like that. That is not how this thing works. And you might hear of the long shot story of a kid who posted a picture and he made it to the NBA. That don't happen.
That's rare.
That's rare. Like that never happens.
That's like them 1980 shoes we seen, the baby shoes.
Yeah, them baby shoes, them 1Cs. They were selling, that was used. How much they were selling them for, Breezy?
Couple hundred.
Yeah, a couple hundred. I think it was $400 for a pair of 1C soft bottom baby shoes that were worn.
Rare.
They were rare. Like, come on, in the 10 box.
In the box.
That's how that's how rare it is of an opportunity that you're gonna have like that. That it's gonna be a person that's gonna find you on social media off a mixtape that you posted. About not gonna happen like that. So my thing is, we are the ultimate networking company for y'all. We are right here in the state of Alabama. We sit here a couple of times a week, talk on the microphone for a couple hours a week, call names. We sit on the phone. Breeze, I'm gonna tell them one more time.
Tell them, yo.
Like, a lot of people do this in their spare time, right? They do this in their spare time.
Okay.
They got full-time jobs. They wake up and they go to school or teach every morning. They go to the factory and work every morning. And they do basketball. Bro, we do this from sunup, sundown.
Yeah, that's all day.
All day long. We wake up doing iBallRadio.com. We go to sleep coming off iBallRadio.com, and we mix it a lot of real talk teas and a lot of Guard Your Man in there.
Let's give ourselves a shout out.
I appreciate that, Breezy.
For all we do.
For all that we do for y'all, right? All we do for y'all. And all we ask you to do is really simple, man. All we ask from y'all is go fill out your player card and get a subscription to iBallRadio.com.
Yeah, please
now,
do that.
I didn't get the information today, but I'm going to get it tomorrow. So, but I will tell you this. It's up. And it's all the way up. I'm not going to release the location. The location is coming. We got the location, but we in the works. So I'll probably release that on Monday. But the iBall TDB Elite Skills Camp is back. We are back. That's right. We are back. The iBall TDB Elite Skills Camp will be back in August. We will be back in August, so be on the lookout. Announcement coming soon. iBall TDB Elite Skills Camp. If you've ever been to one of our camps, I've been told it is by far the best skills camp in the state of Alabama. And that's just not me talking. That is from coaches that we had work the event and from parents who brought their kids to the event, who took their kids to other events. They told us, we've got confirmation that we got the best elites because we know what we're doing, bro. Right? And here's the thing. Everybody, listen up. I'm going to tell you how we're going to have a pre-registration before August, right? We're going to drop pre-registration. Pre-registration will come with a discounted price for camp if you have a subscription to iBallRadio.com. But here's the thing. We're only taking 100 players. Not 101, not 102, not 150. We're taking one. So that means some of y'all will not get in. So I suggest to you, go get you a subscription to iBallRadio.com and be ready for pre-registration when we drop. Because guess what, Breeze? I'm going to tell them like this. I'm only releasing 25 pre-registration entries.
You got to get it early.
It's only going to be 25 people that will be able to pre-register for the camp, and you have to have an iBallradio.com subscription.
Early bird get the worm.
The other 75, y'all going to have to get in where you fit in. Because I'm going to tell you, bro, I get questions about it every single day. The best of the best will be in the building. I guarantee you that, right? So if you want to come get evaluated and you want to come showcase your skills and see where you are against the best talent in the state of Alabama, show up to the iBall TDB Elite Skills Camp coming in August. Mark your calendar. I might announce that thing on Monday, for real.
Okay, yeah.
I might announce that thing, the location and the date. I might release that on Monday, but just know it will be in August. Now,
that's birthday month.
That is your birthday month.
Shout
out to you on that birthday month. Now, I will say this. We're getting a lot of feedback for people wanting us to do a camp like ASAP.
Yeah.
All right. So we might do some pop-up clinics, right? Where we take 25, 50 kids from an area and we just come in and let y'all go, right? But
that's a good idea.
Yeah, but be on the lookout for that, man.
A little pop-up camp.
Yeah, a little pop-up. And that's going to happen in June. If we do it, that'll happen in June. Little small. And we're going to go to little small areas. And I'm telling you, it's going to be so limited, it might be invite only. And we might not even announce it, right? It might be invite only. You might just have to. Now, we'll tell you, if you got an iBall Radio subscription and you got your player card filled out, you got a better chance of being invited, right? You got a better chance of being invited to that. Now, I'm announcing a lot I wasn't even really ready to announce, but I just had to let y'all know that, right? Had to let y'all know that. But let's jump into something real quick, Breezy, man.
Sure. Let's go.
I want to talk about these articles that we dropped this week. When did I drop that one? Okay, we got to talk about all these. All right. We're going to start out with our standout small forwards in the class of 2026, man. We dropped 5 names in the class of 2026 small forwards that we think are standout performers who are primed and ready for a huge spring and summer, and also primed and ready for a huge senior year. Some of these names you already know, some of these names you are familiar with, but some of these names you might be familiar with, but I'm telling you, I think they're ready to really break out.
Yeah.
Like to really put their name on the map.
Put their stamp on it.
Hey, first one is Caden Ricks. Caden Ricks is a guy who's been on our radar for a very long time. And
that boy can hoop.
Here's what's interesting about Caden Ricks being on this list, the small forwards list. I like him as a wing projecting forward, right? At Austin, he plays a completely different position, and he's been tall for a long time. He's a kid that grew early. He's 6'5", 6'6", 6'7" when he was in 9th, 10th grade, right? And now he's standing at 6'7", almost 6'8", now going into his senior year. So I'm telling you, he's a guy that's been playing. They stuck under the goal for a lot of time, for a lot of his career so far. But I'm telling you, bro, he has the skill set to step out. He can really shoot the basketball, especially from the mid-range. He has a nice mid-range game. Mid-post game, he can elevate over you and pull it. He's starting to shoot the three a lot better, right? He's starting to shoot. And I think he's going to be able to allow to shoot more threes in Austin this upcoming year.
Okay.
I think we're going to see a lot more three-point shooting from Caden Ricks going into this year. But that's why I put him on the small forwards list. His skill set says to me wing on the next level, right? What that level is, I think he's a D1 potential, right? But we know the climate of Division I basketball nowadays is different, right? But I'm telling you, Caden Ricks is a kid who over this next spring and summer and next year, expect his recruitment to skyrocket because he's stupid athletic. He's one of the best shot blockers in the state. The one thing I want to see him do better is handle the basketball.
Okay.
Right? The reason, because I got an article coming called Positionless Problems. And these are guys who are just, they don't have a set position, right? A Gage Mayfield. Gage Mayfield's going to be on that list, right? He's on that list already, right? He's a wing. He could be a guard. He could be a forward. He could play the post. He can just do, he's a literal positionless player, right? Caden Ricks has the opportunity to also make that list. But the reason I put him on this list because I wanted college coaches to start looking at him as such, right? Don't look at him as a 4 or a pick and pop 4. Start looking at Caden Ricks as a wing. He is a small forward. He's a 3 and D. He can be a corner boy that can protect the rim, rebound, and guard multiple positions, right? That's why I put him on this list. I want recruiters and college coaches to start seeing him as that.
Okay.
Makes sense. That, right? So another kid on this list, Jackson Gully, right? Running with for all college coaches, Caden Ricks is running with JSI Elite this summer on the Adidas Gold Circuit. So make sure you go check them out, right? Another guy is Jackson Gully, right? Jackson Gully, 6'7", maybe almost 6'8", out of Fairhope down in the Mobile area, playing with Team Thad this summer. He's just an athlete, right? He's an athlete. He could easily make the positionless problems list also, right? Because he doesn't really fit the 4. Him and Caden Ricks are very similar to me, right? They have very, very similar games. I would say Caden shoots it a little bit better, right? Okay. I think Caden Ricks shoots it a little bit better than Jackson does, but they're both hybrid players that can guard multiple positions. They can play multiple positions on the offensive end. Jackson Gully rebounds the hell out of the basketball, right? And once he locks in and he gets that aggressiveness going, he's extremely aggressive.
Okay.
He's extreme. Now, athletic, oh my goodness. Like, I see why college coaches and Division I coaches are tracking him right now because of his athleticism. He has a college-ready frame with college-ready size and college-ready athleticism. I'm telling you straight up, people, if you got those 3 traits coming out of high school, Division I's are going to track you. Because you know what every coach mindset is. That's why the transfer portal is what it is. Every coach's mindset is, oh, I can teach him how to play basketball.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? I can teach him how to play basketball. And I think he needs to step up his motor on the defensive end because that will give him more value if he shows that I'm a dog on the defensive end. Like Caden Ricks shows he's a dog on the defensive end. He's going to challenge you at the rim because he's a legit shot blocker. I think when Jackson Gully picks up his defensive effort, I think his recruitment goes to low major to mid major guaranteed. Right? I mean, I think he's going to sign Division I anyway. I think he will go D1 next year, but I think his level will be determined on how his motor on the defensive end. If he shows I can not only guard multiple positions, but I can guard multiple positions at a high rate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's his check. So another guy on that list, man, I'm gonna run through these. Tucker Wadsworth. Tuck been on our radar forever. Yeah, right? True. One of the best shooters in the state, hands down. One of the best 3-point strokes from anywhere on the floor. But I do want to say this. I've been extremely impressed with Tucker Wadsworth's ability now to get into his 1 and 2 dribble pull-up, right? He's just not a catch and shoot or catching 1 dribble sidestep 3-point shooter, right? Like he could have been labeled as a 3-point shooter before now. But now you're seeing him add to his bag, add a bit, and he's an athlete. And what I said about Jackson Gully is the same thing I'm saying for Tucker Wadsworth. Tucker Wadsworth, 6'6" from Enterprise High School, running with Pro 1 on the UAA circuit, right? His body is college ready right now. So I talked to a lot of people about Tuck, right? And everybody asked me, what's his level? What's his level? Can he be a high major guy, right? Those are the questions that we get. Can Tucker Wadsworth be a high major guy? And I was like, I kind of see him more of the mid-major guy. But I was having a conversation. It might have been Chill Will that said this. And he was like, D, when you see a kid like Tucker with that size and that skill set, hell yeah, he could be high major because he's not going to be asked to do more than what it is that they're bringing him to do.
Right.
He's not a positionless player. A coach is going to recruit him to rebound, defend, and make shots.
Yeah.
And he has the body, the skill set, and the length to do so right now. So yeah, high majors are going to track him. A lot of people, I don't think he's high major. Bro, high majors are going to track him for simply what I just told you. He has the size and he has the shot. The same reason that Simon Walker is at Auburn. The exact same reason that Tucker Wadsworth has a chance to play high major is the same reason that Simon Walker is at Auburn. Now, I think Simon Walker plays with more of a motor, and I think he's more of a guard than Tucker is. I think Tucker is a small forward, a wing, right? But they're going to track him simply because of that.
Okay.
He has the attributes as a Division I player. Okay. Next up on that list was Tucker Hayden, 6'8",
yeah.
And I label him as a small forward due because of his athleticism. I think he needs to work on his lateral quickness, right? I think he needs to work on his lateral quickness. And if he can work on his lateral quickness, he has the skill set to play a guard position, right? Right now, I would put him as a small forward or a small ball 4. I would put him as if you're playing big, he's a big small forward. If you're playing small ball, he's going to be your small ball 4.
Yeah.
Some schools, and he's being tracked by Division I schools. A lot of schools may recruit him as a pick and pop 4, right? Just due to athleticism and lateral quickness. Now, I think that's why I got him on the list. I think he can play the wing position on the next level, potentially on the Division I level, because he shoots it with the best. Now, I said all that to say I think he has the skill set of a guard.
Right.
Right. I think you can project him. Some may project him up to the 2, right? Up to the shooting guard position on certain levels in certain situations.
Yeah.
Right. Depending on the conference, school level, where it is, all that type style of play that they have, all of that. He can maybe reach out if you got other guys who can guard and you got a lot of guys who can switch and guard different positions. He can even project to the 2 for you. With his because of the way he shoots the basketball. And same thing with Tucker Wadsworth. I just think Tuck, with that big, strong body, does a better job at the small forward position, right? But Tucker Wadsworth Tucker Hyatt is a kid who I think if he can get faster, he can get in better shape, he can get stronger, which happens when you go to a college setting. I think he could project to the guard position.
Yeah, okay.
Real deal, because like I say, he's fluent with the basketball in his hands. He can shoot it. He has a motor. He goes hard. So I don't know. I just think he really could.
It makes sense. It fit.
And last on this list, man, but definitely not least, is a kid who I think is trending up. Like he's super trending up. And that's 6'7" from Pelham, Grayson Childress.
Okay.
Grayson Childress is a kid who is definitely trending upward right now, right? I got a chance to see him at Bama Jam playing with We Play United, right? And they run on the Adidas Goals circuit. And, bro, he can shoot the basketball, right? He is a legit 3-and-D guy. And when I say 3 in this aspect, I'm meaning the 3-point shot, and I'm also meaning the small forward position.
Yeah.
I think he is the prototypical 3-and-D guy. He kind of reminds me of Bryce Dawson from Central Phoenix City that just signed to go to I think it's Northwestern Missouri State, high major D2, right? They remind me a lot of each other. Athletic, and really can shoot the 3, right? Both of them could really shoot the 3. So they remind me a lot. Grayson's a little bigger than Bryce was, right? He's a little bigger, standing at 6'7". Bryce was right around 6'5", 6'6", right? So Grayson Childress is somebody that college coaches need to start tracking right now, especially on that junior college D2 level, right? They really need to start tracking him right now because I think that's somebody who can add value to a program. I mean, legit because he has, like I say, he has college-ready size. All these guys on this list have college-ready size.
Right.
So with that being said, that gets them in the door, right? Like when a recruiter sees you, the first thing they're going to do, oh, okay, he looked the part.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he got the size.
Okay.
All right. And I just told you what every college coach says. If you got the attributes, I can teach you how to play basketball.
Right.
I can fix you. Whatever they say is broken, I can fix. That's the ego of a coach.
Of course.
It's the ego of a player development guy, player or trainer. I can fix whatever they say your deficiency is. Right? So that was a small forwards list, man. Go watch. Listen, I dropped a graphic, and I want to explain something to y'all before we go to the next one. I dropped the graphic on Instagram, but I want y'all to understand it is complete, full evaluation breakdowns, write-ups on each and every one of these guys that we just mentioned on iBallRadio.com. Go to iBallRadio.com. The rankings, the 2026 full rankings are out. We didn't drop multiple content and got more content coming out for the class of 2026 that was powered by the rankings. So we're pulling names for the rankings and we're talking about them. Go get your subscription to iBallRadio.com. It is extremely important. Go fill out your player card. Filling out your player card gives me a better opportunity to find you on the site and be like, you know what? I'm going to write about so-and-so. I remember seeing them somewhere. Or you need to hit the DM like Brody Carney did. Hey, coach, go watch me play. And I go watch you play. You know what? Next day, I might have something written about you.
Right.
And I set that up to set up what I want to talk about next. And I'm going to skip the big man article and I'm going to come back to it last, okay, that we dropped yesterday. But I want to go to the article that we dropped today called Underrated Buckets, right? And the reason I want to skip to this because it correlates with exactly what I just said. I left a kid off the rankings. Straight up left him off the rankings. Didn't put him in 1 through 215. And he is definitely deserving of being in the rankings. But I'm going to tell you how I figured out that I left him out of the ranking. Because it happens. I get a player card that hit. Like, damn, Hayden Harper. It's my boy from Lee Scott.
Yeah.
He is 2026. So I instantly go to my rankings. I was like, I don't remember putting Hayden Harper on the list.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's 215 names on there. Let me go check. So I go to scrolling. I got the number 50, and I was like, oh, if he anywhere below this, I done messed up.
Right.
I scrolled all the way to 215. I didn't see Hayden Harper. I'm like, damn. I made a mistake and left Hayden Harper off the rankings. But you know how I got that information to go in the front of my head? Hayden Harper went and filled out his player card.
Yeah, that player card.
Just randomly. The player card came through, and I was like, oh, I forgot my boy.
Yeah.
I forgot my boy. And then the subscription came through.
Hey.
I'm like, you know what? Because we saw him get busy against midfield at the Alabama State Regional, in the regional finals. Yeah. Well, in the regional semifinals against midfield, where they had the huge upset, my opinion, the second biggest upset in the state playoffs this year. Yeah, the other one was Hayden beating Ramsey. That was the number one to me.
That was whack.
Yeah. But now, what was whack? You said it was whack?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. That was the phone. Yeah. You said it was whack? What was? Which one?
No, I'm just saying they both was like you know,
the upset.
The upsets. Like,
I think Lee Scott and Hayden would have a difference of opinion with you.
Well, of course they would.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just talking about the reason. I'm talking about the reasons behind.
Let's talk about the Lee Scott one then, right? Them beating midfield. It was midfield's fault. We make free throws, we ain't having this conversation. However, shout out to Hayden Harper, 6'1" point guard from Lee Scott in the class of 2026. Kid's a bucket. The reason we didn't know about him prior to, because this was Lee Scott's first year playing Alabama High School Athletic Association. They moved up to 3A. They were AISA prior to, right? So them coming to 3A and making it to the regional final where they just unfortunately ran up against that juggernaut and the eventual state champion in Montgomery Academy, and they just got bludgeoned in that game. There wasn't much they can do about that. Wasn't their fault, right? Yeah. But in that semifinal game, Hayden Harper got busy.
No, he did his thing.
And I'm going to say this, Hayden. Hope you're tapped in and you're listening. I said you got the shot off. In real time, it looked as if you got the shot off. Now, what I will say is, in real time, you couldn't tell. It was a big to-do about did he get it off. People had screenshotted and put up stuff and, hey, here's the ball still in his hand and the red light is off, but the picture is fuzzy. You can't tell if it's in his hand or not. All of that. The bucket was good. It went into overtime, and Lee Scott still won, right? And Hayden Harper was the reason for that. So I left him off, but his ability to network got him where I'm sitting here talking about him now. And not only am I sitting here talking about him, I got a full evaluation breakdown on him on iBallRadio.com in the article we dropped today in Underrated Buckets, because he's one of the most underrated buckets in the state. And he's very underrated because my ass left him off the rankings.
It happens, like you say.
It don't get more underrated than that. But
Yeah.
But I did put out yesterday, if I was to project it, I would say Hayden Harper is anywhere between 25 to 45. I think he would fit in that 25 to 45 range. Where it would fit in there, I don't know, right? You had to maneuver some numbers around, right? But I think I would project him anywhere between that 25 to 45 range in the rankings. And, you know, like I say, we dropping more 2026 rankings after the summer. Right after we come out of the iBall TDB Elite Skills Camp, we will be dropping another edition of the 2026 rankings. So you better be at camp. That's all I'm going to say. You need to be at camp. Okay? But back, I digress. Back to it. Hayden Harper is one of the most underrated buckets in the state, right? I think he's already, I don't know how many points he got, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So another one that's on this underrated buckets list, and Breezy.
Another one.
We saw this kid get busy at the Huntsville City Classic. He had a game to remember in that championship game against who they played. I can't remember who they played. Was it Buckhorn? Yeah, they played Buckhorn. Because they beat Huntsville High the game before that.
That was a morning game.
Yeah, that was a game that Jacob Parks, 6'6", shooting guard from Bob Jones. Bro, he had 36 points in that game.
He was hooping.
He was hooping. From the tip, though. I remember the ball tipped off. He got a steal instantly. I think Buckhorn got the ball. They tried to pass it. He got a steal, went down, two-hand dunk, boom. That got him started. And you can go back and watch the episode where we talked about this coming out of the Huntsville City Classic. He didn't miss a shot the rest of the game. I mean, he didn't miss a shot the rest of the game. And he is a kid who, he has the size, 6'6", playing the 2, right? He's a legit shooting guard at 6'6". Now he needs to bulk up and get stronger. That's going to be extremely important for him over this spring and summer. He really has to work on his body, because that's going to set him apart. That's going to be the difference, and that's really going to determine his level going into his college career. His level and where he goes to school and who recruits him is going to be determined off how he can develop his body over this next year, because he has the game and the skill set, right? He has the game and the skill set, and he has the college-ready size. He just has to get bigger and stronger. But he's a guy who is extremely underrated in the state of Alabama. Right? Extremely underrated. And he's a guy who gets big buckets, right? Another guy on that list. Now, I'm going to tell you about this kid. He's actually in the lottery.
Okay.
But he's the most underrated lottery player in this year's lottery.
Who we talking about?
Jeremy Chapman. 6'3" from Shades Valley. He is in the lottery. I think I don't know where he fell. May have fell around 12, 11, 12, something like that. I can tell you real quick. Jeremy Chapman fell at number 11. I was right. Came in at number 11. And I got him. He's in the lottery. He's in the top 14 players in the state.
Yeah.
And I still got him as an underrated bucket. Because out of all the players that we listed in the lottery, a lot of them get talked about. Jeremy Chapman gets talked about the list. And he a certified bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he is deadly getting downhill. He's super fast, and he is deadly getting downhill and getting to his spots. Finishes well around the rim. He can shoot it. Like I say, he is a walking bucket. He
Right.
puts together buckets in bunches. Like, he can score them fast, right? So, with that being said, I don't think he gets enough love.
Okay.
Now, his level, I'm gonna drop a player spotlight on him. And if y'all don't know, player spotlights, we just give evaluations of each player, and then we give you their projected level, right? Where we think they can fall in their college recruitment. And I'm still in determining where he falls in his college recruitment, right? Because he can fall anywhere from Alabama JUCO to Panhandle JUCO to Texas JUCO to low-level Division I, right? I think he can fall anywhere in between that, right? And he's running with the Alabama Fusion on EYCL circuit this year, and he's playing alongside Clyde Walters, right? Having a kid like Clyde Walters on your squad only is going to bring eyes to your court, because Clyde Walters is a 4-star, right? He a 4-star. I'm glad he came back to Alabama to play as AAU. I didn't expect that, but I'm glad he did. But playing alongside Clyde is going to bring eyes to your games. And with eyes coming to your games, he has the ability, with the way he scores the basketball, to really get some eyes on him this summer.
Okay.
But he's one of the most underrated players in the state of Alabama, hands down, but definitely one of the most underrated scorers, right? Next up on the list is Austin Nance, man, 5'10", point guard from Hazel Green. Now, I'm telling you, I think this is going to be a breakout year for him. He could have went on our breakout watch list that we put out also, right, last week. Last week. He could have been on our breakout watch list easily, right? Because he's a guy who is Coach Crutcher, I think, is going to let him go this year at Hazel Green.
He really going to give him the keys.
Yeah, he running with Team Honcho this summer. Quavo AAU team in Atlanta, right? He running with them this summer, so he's going to get high-level basketball. I think they're on the OTR circuit. So he's going to get high-level basketball each and every week that they're out there playing, right? So he's 5'10", so a lot of people, that's their issue, right? But I don't care. If you're a bucket, you're a bucket. And Austin Nance is a bucket. Now, he plays a lot of that traditional point guard role, but I think him and KJ Lee playing in that backcourt at Hazel Green, now it's going to be a small backcourt with KJ Lee standing 5'9", 5'10" also, but he's a bucket. I think he had a 39, 40-point game. He running with UN, the UN Servants this summer. I saw them at Bama Jam. He had 39 at Bama Jam.
Oh, okay.
Right? So Austin Nance and KJ Lee playing beside each other is going to be a problem. Hazel Green is going to give that Huntsville area, that class 6A, I think they 6A area 16, something like that. He going to get them fits because he has the guard play to really, really, really make some noise coming up. And Austin Nance is a guy that college coaches should be tracking. Like, they need to be taking a look at him, right? It's a bunch of JUCOs out there that can use Austin Nance, right? And the reason I'm always pushing guys to JUCO because of the new JUCO rule. Man, you go get older, because that's what college coaches on the Division I level want.
It makes sense though.
They want older guys.
Makes sense to go JUCO.
It does, man.
Right. You get experience. And,
yes,
and you get more time.
Yes, and that's what they want. College. Hey, you know how they always tell you, go to college, get a degree, go get a job, and as soon as you go on your first job interview, what they ask you, how much experience you got?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we can't hire you. You don't have any experience.
I just graduated, coach.
I just graduated. How am I have experience, right? So the thing college coaches want, if you're not a top 100 kid, you're not a top 150 kid, you're not a 5-star or 4-star, coaches want you to go get experience.
Yeah. On the job.
On the job experience. They want you to get older, and they want you to go play somewhere else, go get better, go get developed, and then they can bring you in.
That makes more sense.
It does, right? So I think every JUCO in the state of Alabama and some of those panhandle JUCOs need to take a look at Austin Nance. Straight like that. All right, man, last on this list, but definitely not least, we watched this kid get busy this year. Talking Hoops, what's up, man? What's up, Talking Hoops? Appreciate you tapping in. But I'm going to tell you like this, Breezy. This kid we saw lighted up several times, different times this basketball season.
Okay.
And that's 6'6" Lee Garcia from Buckhorn.
Okay, Lee Garcia.
Man, Lee Garcia can shoot.
Yeah.
He can shoot it, dog. He has one of the best releases in the state of Alabama.
Yeah.
Right? From anywhere. He can shoot it from the corner. He can shoot it from the wing. He can shoot it from the top. He can shoot it with range. And being 6'6", he is seeing over whoever's guarding him. Right? So he has a high release and he has a quick release. That's why I say he has one of the best releases in high school basketball in the state. Lee Garcia is one of the best shooters, hands down. I'm going to put out a top shooters in the class of 2026 list. We got a shooters list coming out. Lee Garcia will definitely be on that list again. Shooters shoot, man. And he is one of those. College coaches are going to track him to do just that. He has size. He has positional size at the shooting guard position. He has positional size. He can guard any wing position, so he can move down to the 3. Now, he's really going to have to work on his body. He got to get bigger and stronger, right? I know I talked about that. He got to get in that gym, right? He got to get in that gym and get stronger, not and get better in basketball, not the basketball gym, the weight room gym. You got to get in that weight room. I think that is really what's going to also for him. The same thing I said earlier about Jacob Parks is the same thing I'm going to say about Lee Garcia. This spring and summer in the weight room for those two players are going to determine their level going forward.
Because weight up.
Because both of them have positional size at 6'6" at shooting guards. They both have the stroke and the game to play that guard position. Both of them need to get stronger. As they get stronger, I guarantee that their recruitment goes through the roof. They will get what they want if they get in the weight room and fall in love with that weight room this summer.
Oh, I ain't mad at that.
Straight like that. But, man, this is the last thing we're going to talk about for tonight, man. Another article we dropped, man. All of this is on iBallradio.com. We're not just saying names. Go read the evaluations. College coaches, parents, players. If you see me put your name up, that means I wrote an article on you. That means you have a write-up. Go get your write-up. Go clip it. Go screenshot it. Go share it to your social media. Send it out to coaches, right? Send it out to coaches. That's what it's there for. We ain't doing this for our health. We're doing it for you. And it's there for you to go get. So if I've said your name on this show, or if I put you on a picture on Instagram or X or Facebook, that means I wrote an article on you. Go read it. It's out there for you. But the last article we're going to talk about, man, is our big man article. I want to say the best for last, the bigs.
I got love for the bigs.
I got love for the bigs, man. And I'm going to tell you like this, Breezy. We got some good bigs out there.
Yeah,
now, before I go into this list, okay, I want to say something to you. These are just some of the names that I have. These are some of the, okay, so I did this. We just talked about the small forward list, right? Small forward list goes 6'6", 6'7", 6'7", 6'7", 6'8". That's our small forward list.
That's small forward.
In the state of Alabama. 6'6", 6'7", 6'7", 6'7", and 6'8". Man. Okay. Our big man list. All this is class of 2026, y'all. 6'8", 6'10", 6'7", 6'8", 6'7". That's 10 players in the state of Alabama that are 6'6" or better. And this ain't even all the list. I'm just pulling 5 guys on each list. I got plenty more I can pull that are 6'6". It is a lot of size in the class of 2026. It's not a lot of top-level talent, but it's a hell of a lot of size that is college basketball worthy and next-level worthy with next-level size. It's a lot of that in the class of 2026. I'm really thinking I got to go compare and go back and look, but I think it's more size in the 2026 class than it was in the 2025 class. And we know 2025 class was a historic class in the state of Alabama. Historic with all of Division I, Division II, D3, NAIA, and junior college players that came out of the class of 2025. It was historic. But I think the size in the class of 2026 is next level, right? So in this big man article, man, we're going to start it off with the guy who, in my opinion, leads it, and that's Jackson Sheffield.
Yeah.
Jackson Sheffield is a problem.
Yeah.
And the one thing I love the most about Jackson Sheffield is the nasty streak. I talk about this all the time. He plays with a nasty streak. He'll slap the ish out of you. I really believe Jackson Sheffield is one of them dudes that'll slap the taste out your mouth.
Mm.
And for a big to have that type of mentality, every college coach is going to love that.
Yeah.
Every college coach is going to love that. I really believe and truly believe that Jackson Sheffield is tracking towards high major basketball. I think Jackson Sheffield will probably end up somewhere in the SEC next year. That's how much his game has developed. That's how he's 6'10". If y'all don't know, 6'10" center from Hoover. He has been behind Dwayne Brown his whole high school career.
I was gonna say he been behind
Mr. Basketball, Gatorade Player of the Year, going to the University of Tennessee.
He gonna be the next Dwayne.
He is the USA Basketball Dwayne Brown. ESPN Top 100 Dwayne Brown. And I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag because I know, because I once said it and did it. I don't care. I'll let you know. Jackson Sheffield will make the ESPN Top 100. When ESPN drops their 2026 Top 100, Jackson Sheffield will be on the list.
Ooh.
Okay. It'll be another guy on the list too. And I already told y'all that it's potential that Gage Mayfield could be top 25. I think he's going to be top 40 automatic. Gage Mayfield will be top 40 in the ESPN Top 100 automatic. I think he could be as high as top 25. That's just what I'm hearing. I think he could be as high as top 25.
That's what the street's saying.
That's what the street's saying. Because I'm the streets.
Gotcha.
I'm the streets, Breeze. We the streets, Breeze. So that's
we the streets.
We the streets. So that's what we telling y'all. So be on the lookout for that. Also, Jackson Sheffield will be in the top 100. That's how highly sought he's going to be. That's why I believe he's going to play high major Division I basketball next year. All right. Next on that list, man, my guy. I call him Baby Joker.
Uh-oh.
Baby Joker. And that is Carson McKinney. 6'7", big man from Thompson High School. We love Carson.
Yeah.
He's running with SMB, self-made balls on the Puma circuit, and he hooping, right? He is, what's his name? What's Joker name? Jokic. What's his first name?
Yeah.
Nikolai Jokic. Nikolai.
Yeah, like that,
he is Nikolai Jokic. Straight up, he is the Joker. If you want to know who his comp is, it's just that. I believe Carson McKinney will have a triple-double this upcoming season at Thompson. With that talent that he's playing around, he's going to be in that group.
Yeah.
Right? He's going now. He's playing with younger guys that are going to be big. Landon Smith is going to be a year older, right? You got JJ Nelson, who's going to be coming up from that JV to play some varsity games, going to be on the varsity this year, right? I think Deshaun will be back healthy this year, right? And that's somebody else. I left him off the. Oh, that's insane. That's insane.
Another kid?
Yeah. Deshaun. Yeah. Deshaun could have been lottery. I don't know how he went on my list. He could have been lottery. We'll go back and visit that. But anyway, back to Carson McKinney. Carson McKinney, bro, I just love his game, right? He's not the most, when you see him, you're like, right? But when you watch him play, he literally reminds you of Joker. He's a hell of a passer out of the high post. He can shoot the three. He can post you up, and he can score over the top of you in the post. He is a legit low post threat to score the basketball on either block.
Right.
Right? Because he's able to get such deep. Now, he ain't finna jump over a paper bag, but neither is Joker.
Yeah.
But he can score it in the post because he's able to carve out space, and he's very good at establishing post position. But he's most deadly out on the wing and up top. He's most deadly in pick and pop situations or initiating the pick and roll and being the guy that can facilitate off of that because he's a hell of a passer. He can knock down the three, and he rebounds the basketball a lot better than people want to give him credit for because he carves out so much space. Carson McKinney will play college basketball. I think he's already picked up a couple Alabama JUCO offers, right? But I'm telling you, he will play college basketball. He's going to be one of the better bigs in the state of Alabama this year. Definitely, college coaches need to have Carson McKinney on their radar. Another guy on this list is Aiden Williams.
Okay.
Aiden Williams from Enterprise, 6'7" Enterprise. Now, he's getting himself back into shape, right? He had some knee issues early in his career that he's now working through. And I watched him play at Bama Jam a couple of weeks ago in Birmingham. He running with JSI Elite also. JSI Elite got a squad. They got Milton Jones. They got Quay Lynch. They got Aiden Williams. They got Caden Ricks. Like, that team is really stacked with some of the guys who have been mentioned in the 2026 lottery rankings and also the iBall TDB regular rankings. First round, second round, and watch list. But Aiden Williams is a guy, as he continues to get in shape and get healthy, you're going to see his game evolve, right? He can really, really score on the block. He has soft hands. He can catch the basketball. He runs the floor well. And he showed at Bama Jam, like I was mentioning, that he's getting his athleticism back, right? He tried a couple dudes, tried to dunk on a couple dudes off that right leg with that left hand. That's the way he dunked. Like, he tried a couple dudes. And I was excited. He missed them. He missed 2 of them. But I was excited to see him attempt them. That lets me know he's getting more and more healthy because he's trusting his body more. And college coaches need to understand, as he gets healthier and he begins to trust his body more, and Coach Rhett Harrelson's going to put him in situations playing alongside Brady Wadsworth and Tucker Wadsworth, he's going to have opportunities. Look for him to have a big summer with JSI and an even bigger year coming up with Enterprise coming up next year, dog. I like Aiden Williams. And another guy is Joshua Martin from Hayden.
Right, yeah.
He's a real deal hybrid. Runs the floor, shoots the basketball. He is a lob threat. He can play multiple positions. He's a guy that you could argue that can. I'm going to tell you, he's probably going to make the positionless problems list, right? He's probably going to make that list. I put him on as a big because he plays the big role for Hayden, right? And he's a rim runner is what I would label him as right now. And playing alongside Tucker Hyatt at Hayden, Tucker Hyatt takes up that big wing position. With him being 6'8", he's playing that small forward shooting guard wing position, which naturally slides Joshua Martin down to that power forward position, down to the big position. But he's a guy, as his level goes up, keep my words, when he goes to play college basketball, you'll see him playing the wing position. I think he'll project out.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see him also this summer. I think he's also running with We Play United on the Adidas Gold Circuit, playing alongside Grayson Childress. So yeah, they hooping over there and We Play. I like that squad. And last but not least, man, the last name we gonna call tonight, man, Jonathan Burnett, 6'8" Hueytown, running with Hawks Elite, running with Coach John and Hawks Elite. A very long and wiry kid. Like I say, definitely a rim runner right now. A real true lob threat, right? He's a hell of a rebounder, rebounds the basketball well. Like I say, he runs the floor like a deer. College coaches will like him because they'll be able to play him at that big position. You can play him as a rim runner. You can play him as a lob threat. And I want y'all to know this. Don't sleep. He can shoot the basketball.
Right.
He can step out 15, 17 feet and make that shot consistently. And as he works and develops his game, he'll become a legit three-point shooter. As he gets older and he gets better and he gets more coaching, you'll see him project out to a pick and pop 4, where he's a legit 3-point threat and a low post threat and a lob threat. So he's going to be a triple threat with the things that he can bring to that big position. Yeah. Right. So to that front court, he's one of the better front court players also here in the state of Alabama. But that's it for tonight, man. We just gave y'all what 15, 20 names, something like that, man.
All y'all kids.
Shout out to everybody, man.
All y'all hoopers.
I'm gonna tell y'all again. All these full breakdowns and evaluations are available right now on iBallRadio.com. Y'all see we ain't playing the radio. Nobody is out there doing it the way we're doing it. Nobody's saying more names. Nobody's putting out more content. And nobody is telling more college coaches about the kids that we talk about on a daily basis. It's going to be hard-pressed for me to believe that. Hard-pressed, bro, for me to really think that is what's going on, right? So, again, man, shout out to everybody who won Player of the Year, 1A through 7A Player of the Year on the girls and boys side. Shout out to Ace Austin, and also shout out to Dwayne Brown for winning Mr. and Miss Basketball for the 2024-2025 high school basketball season, man. Again, Breezy, get him a live hand clap.
That's
Again,
big.
shout out for all of y'all, man. Shout out to all the player of the years. Shout out to you if you made any first, second, third, honorable mention, all-state team. Salute to you, man. Salute to y'all are having a great high school year. And it was captivated today with those awards, man. And salute to that. But before we run the music, Breezy, it's something I want to talk on the college level real quick. A couple of announcements were made this week. And the biggest one, in my opinion, that was made this week was Coach Joe Eatman going back to Shelton State. Bro, I had another Alabama JUCO coach I talked to earlier this week. I think I talked to him on Tuesday. Spoke to them on Tuesday. They are a legit college coach right now on the junior college level in the state of Alabama. And he said it's a problem that Joe Eatman is going back to Shelton.
They got some hoopers over there.
Fred just signed.
That's what I'm saying. They got some pieces.
Them dogs. I think TJ Pruitt going over there.
Yeah, they got some pieces. So
I'm gonna tell you like this. When I saw Joe Eatman go back and take the job, I knew the first place he was going. That was to Huntsville, Alabama. I gotta make sure I lock in Fred. Because that's my point guard. Now I can go recruit everything else I need to recruit because I have somebody on day one. I can put this ball in his hands and I can go coach everything else. That's how good Frederick Derrick is. Fred, he's known as, is just that player. Because you see the first person to sign is, who the first person to sign? Fred. First person to sign. Going back to Shelton, right? So that junior college coach called me and told me it's a problem Joe Eatman's going back to Shelton because Shelton also has amenities that every other junior college don't. And I ain't finna get into all that, but because I don't know what Joe Eatman gonna offer, right? You know what I'm saying? But they have amenities that other people don't have, right? So they're already ahead of the curve. Now, when I played at Shelton 25 years ago, yeah, that's right. I played at Shelton 25 years ago. 25. It blow my mind to say. I played at Shelton 25 years ago. God, sound crazy to say. But we ain't have all that stuff. We ain't have all that amenities. But this college coach also dropped this gem on me. He was like, yeah, Shelton's going to be a problem with Joe Eatman going back. But he's like, I'm going to give you a dark horse, coach. I'm going to give you a dark horse on somebody you need to look out for that is going to make noise in the Alabama JUCO sector. Reed State. I was like, whoa. Straight up, Coach Hines, my guy, Coach Hines, down there at Reed State, putting it together because I've heard he got some amenities that other JUCOs in Alabama just can't offer, so it's tough to recruit against them, right? We know our guy, Tyler Mallory, who just came out of Reed State, the bucket from Greenville, right? The little bucket from Greenville. And shout out to our nephew, man. Shout out nephew Tyler Mallory on his commitment to Huntington College. Yeah, for sure. Coming to the Gump. So you know who we hanging out with when he come to the Gump. Man, we got a lot of folks coming to the Gump, cuz. We got our boy Devin Barksdale coming to the Gump. Yep. We got Tyler Mallory coming to the Gump, right? We got our girl from Hazel Green, Breezy, Addison. Number 10 from Hazel Green, the one you like to play hard. Yeah. She going to Faulkner. She signed with Faulkner. So we got the Hoopers coming to town, man. So shout out to everybody, man.
Gonna be a good season.
Gonna be a good season.
A different season.
I'm going to watch Faulkner. I'm going to watch Faulkner girls basketball this year just for our girl Addison. Shout out Addison, man. Somebody tell her we talked about on the show tonight.
Shout out.
Shout out to her, man. But yeah, man. So just wanted to give y'all that little JUCO nugget, man. I heard that Reed State is a sleeping giant in the world of junior college basketball here in the state of Alabama. So shout out Coach Hines and the job he's doing and putting together a good program down there. And that came from another Alabama JUCO coach. So if another Alabama JUCO coach is saying it, you know it's the truth. Because he's competing against them.
Gonna be a real problem for him, probably.
Gonna be a real problem for him. But hey, you know what I'm saying? It's all about relationships. That's why we talked about networking tonight, man. But Breezy, it's 8:30, man. Run the mute.
Yeah, you gotta have them relationships.
You better. But But yeah, man, appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight right here on the iBall Radio live call-in show. Ain't nobody ring the phone tonight. It's all good. We had a lot to talk about. We called some names. I guarantee y'all were just doing a good bit of listening tonight. Everybody wanted to listen tonight because they wanted to hear what we had to say about those guys, man. But shout out to everybody who tapped in, man. Shout out to the chat, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in with us.
Shout out to the chat.
Shout out to everybody in the stratosphere that taps in with iBall Radio each and every week, man. A couple of times a week when we get on here and talk. But, man, I can't stress it enough, man. Go fill out your player card. Go get your subscription to iBallRadio.com. And college coaches, go get your iBall Premium subscription where you get access to all the player database, the iBall Radio player database that has all the information for all the kids who filled out player cards. Every kid in the class of 2026 is on there. So if you have not filled out your player card, hey, listen, Breezy. My allergies are killing me right now, y'all. But we have it all the way from class of 2025 all the way down to class of 2035. So if you're in the class of 2025 to 2035, go fill out your player card. Listen, it's never too early to go ahead and get it on our radar. So if you're in 2030, I had a 2030 fill it out today. I got one come through today that was from class of 2030. Man, go fill out your player card. It's important, bro. It's important. Also, go get your iBallRadio.com subscription because it's important. But appreciate y'all hanging out with us, man. We're streaming live right here on iBallRadio.com, the iBall Radio YouTube page. Make sure you go hit subscribe on the iBall Radio YouTube page. And we're streaming live right here on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. So make sure you tap in everywhere. Go follow iBallRadio.com. Go follow iBall_Breezy. Go follow Big Chill Will, iBall Radio, whatever you got it is. You got to tell it to yourself. But Big Chill Will 334, whatever it is.
Yeah,
I think that's
Chill.
it. Big Chill Will. Go follow our guy Terry Drake at ITJ Drake. That's it on Instagram. Go follow all us, man. Go tap in with us. And it's important to network. Network with us because we here for y'all. And y'all want to be in with us. But Breezy, with that being said, man, holla at these folks, bro.
Hey, man, it's your boy Breezy, and you know it ain't easy.
It ain't easy, man, and you already know. They call me coach because I teach you how to ball. Till next week, Monday to be exact, we out. Peace. Long live Hero.
For sure.